So I think some of you have seen some of my posts, maybe watched one of my videos that I've talked about the push. You may have just scrolled past it. You may have watched a little bit or read a bit and said, I can't do that, and ignored it. So I'm making this video and I'm asking you to watch it in its entirety. And while you're watching it, sit here with an open mind instead of saying, nah, I can't do it. Oh, that's too hard. That's scary. Do what feels unnatural. If you have a tendency of running away or not trying something because of fear of failure or the fear of the unknown or the fear of change, then by God, do everything the opposite of how you naturally would react, because this is where change happens. This is where awesome things happen. This is where you grow. This is where you start living a life that you're not living now. You wouldn't have joined Team Beachbody. You wouldn't have joined Team Relentless if you didn't want to change. So make sure that you don't just make a decision and stay there and stay in that same spot. There's so many people out there who see these opportunities and they have these dreams and these goals and they just watch everybody else do it. Not because they don't want it as bad, but they tell themselves that they can't do it. They think that they're going to fail. The only way you fail is if you don't try. So I'm asking you to come and join me and start winning. Because even if you don't hit your goals exactly at the date you want, you still didn't fail as long as you keep going. Your failures are not futile. Your failures do not define you. Your failures don't make you any less of a person or any less capable than somebody else. Your failures are actually going to help you be more successful. They're going to help you learn. They're going to help you grow. They're going to help you help others. So see this as a learning experience, because with every bad experience, every missed mark, there's always a silver lining. There's always a lesson to be learned as long as you take it as this is my duty, my responsibility, and I'm coming here to learn, and I'm not afraid of failing. I just want to learn, and I want to get my hands wet, and I want to join the trenches. So this is what I'm asking you to do. This is what the push is about. So a little background before I get into why you need to join the push and what you're going to get out of it, because everybody wants to know what they're going to get out of it before they commit to something, before they invest their money, and before they invest their time, because let's face it, people are like, if it's not worth my time, I'm not even going to bother. So I'm going to share that with you. But I want to share with you something that's big, that I want you to see that you are not destined to fail. You're actually destined to succeed. And you have all the components that you need to succeed. So when I joined Team Beachbody, it was because my coach, Becky, offered me the opportunity to join her team. 13 days in my journey, knowing nothing about health and fitness, loving my job at the time, being completely happy with being comfortable, being completely happy with being miserable with my body, being completely happy with just mediocrity, because I just didn't think I could do any more. I didn't think that there was any outlet. I tried to tell her no like 10 times when she offered me the coaching opportunity. I gave her every excuse I've heard, all together, jumbled up in like a 10-minute conversation. But at the end of the conversation, I realized she believed in me. I still didn't believe in myself, but she had really given a rebuttal to every excuse I had, even though I said it was a reason. It was actually an excuse. I was afraid of failure. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know anything about coaching. I was just like, no. First thing is, if you see so many people, you start to say something and then you don't even get it out. And they're like, no, because they're scared. So make sure that you understand people's fears, that when they're telling you no, it's not really that they don't believe in you. It's not really that they don't think these products work or that you're actually legitimately, loving this and successful. It's that they don't think they don't believe in themselves. And so make sure you're that one person who believes in them. Make sure that you're asking everybody and not assuming they'll say no. You don't know what's going on in their life or their health or their finances. You don't know if they could benefit from this, or they've been looking for this and wanting to reach out to you and just too scared. You don't have the right to make the decisions for somebody when it's something this big, because I know what it can do for their life. A little story is that one of my coaches was trying to hit a goal by the end of the year. She was laser focused and she was afraid to ask one of her best friends to become a coach. She'd been drinking Shakeology for several months, but she was planning a wedding. So she was being the good friend, thinking, I know she's got a lot of pressure. The last thing I want to do is have her become a coach. I don't want her to feel obligated because we're friends. I don't want to overwhelm her. So I'll just leave it be. But then you know what? She said, I'm going to go for no. I'm going to ask her anyways. And you know what? Like a week and a half before she was leaving for her destination wedding, she asked her best friend. And her best friend said, yes. See? She went out there after it. She stopped assuming or thinking that she knew what was best for somebody else. And you know what? That coach has went to Super Saturday, sponsored her first coach, and loves the team. So you know what? This has helped further her journey. This has helped her already earn a little bit extra cash and get extra support by being part of Team Relentless. What would have happened if she didn't? You know? So my thing is, ask that. I had somebody ask, a sibling who they thought didn't want to be part of this. And she said yes, and she was surprised. She's like, I didn't think she wanted to do this. So you never know. You never know what anybody's thinking. So once I joined Team Beachbody and joined TSD at the time, Destination was called TSD, I had Becky's full support. Her and Christina and I worked together. They took me in under their wing. There was a few other people that were leaders at the time. But we really didn't know where we were going because, you see, Becky joined about a year and a half before I started. Back in those days, there wasn't all the information that's there to you guys. You probably didn't know that. But there wasn't. There was a national wake-up call. There was a few little product training guides. That was about it. Now we have this extensive coach training academy with videos and transcripts and documents and reference materials and scripts and things on how to build relationships, how to market on social media. Anything that you have any fear of or anything that you think that you're bad at and that's what you are saying limits you to being successful as a coach, it's already there. You just have to look for it and use it. So you right there have so much more information, and there are so many videos and, webinars and all these things that top coaches like Becky, Christina, and I, and all the leaders that are going to be facilitating the push have put out there as a way to help people on our team and help others. And there are other coaches out there who are willing to share with you. You can go on their YouTube channel. You can go to their page. You can go to their blog. So you right there have the recipe for success. We didn't have that back then. So look at where we are as leaders. A lot of you say, oh God, Becky, you and Christina, you do so well. You're so successful. Oh, I just wish that one day I could be you. Oh, one day I hope I have the motivation that you guys do. One day I hope I can accomplish everything you do. Now's the time. Get started. Cast your fear aside and get started. You can be with one of us. We'll teach you. We'll train you. And there's more resources out there to help you get started. You are blessed because you have an amazing team. Becky and Christina ended the year in the top 40. Last year, I ended up in the top 50 and ended at 127. So we are leaders of the organization, some of the top leaders who have continued to stay elite year after year. So what we're doing is working, and we're going to pass this on to you. All you have to do is tune in and watch and listen and implement it. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just follow what we have. There are things that are step by step you do. You can succeed, you will succeed, and you do deserve it. So I'm inviting you to join it. You invest $25. You get put into a private group. If you are one of my personally sponsored coaches and you achieve Emerald by the end of the push, which is going to run starting on February 9th for a total of 6 weeks, if you reach Emerald, I will give you your money back. So right there, that's a no-brainer. You know 2 people. I know you know way more than 2 people. I know at least 2 of the people that you know want to get fit, want to get healthy, want to support you, want to feel better, want to lose weight, all the aspects, want to earn extra money, want a place to belong, want friends, want family. That is here. You can present this to everybody. Don't be afraid to ask. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. If you do ask and they say no, what's going to happen? Nothing. But what's going to happen if they say yes? My best friend yesterday did something that she has never done. Never ever done. She was scared. She did something that was uncharacteristic to the way she naturally would react. And you know what? All of her fears and her anxiety that she's had about this for years and years and years, and major anxiety on Sunday and yesterday leading up to it, were totally pointless. She received nothing but loving support on something she shared that she was so afraid would be viewed negatively or she would be attacked or ridiculed. She received an outpouring of support. Not from her family, but from strangers, from people on our team. And then she helped her first person. She inspired somebody to join her journey. She helped one person already. In one day of stepping outside of her comfort zone. In one day of doing something she would not normally do. On one day of kicking fear and putting it aside and overcoming that mindset of you can't do it, you're going to fail. This is scary. Stop. Pull back. She achieved something really great and it feels good. So my thing is stop worrying about what might happen and start worrying about what you can make happen. So invest the $25. You get to be part of this private group. You get to be with all these people who are going for the same thing. And then you get to be amongst the leaders of Diesel Nation, getting one-on-one information and insider tips and best practices and training on all the things that you have been fearing. Everyone who applies to the group sends an application in with their $25. Christina is reading every application that has been turned in. This is labor and time intensive. But you know what? We care about you. We want to give you the information and we want you to overcome what you are struggling with and what is holding you back and where you fear and where you feel you are weak in your business and weak as a coach. We want to help you succeed. Where in your life has anybody wanted you to succeed that much? Probably never. Maybe your parents, not in my case, but we want you to succeed. You are not our competition. You are our prized possession. We want you to succeed. This is something that other teams would die to be part of. You have this. You have a family. You have a huge support system. There is almost $6,000 in the pot. Anybody who meets the requirements, which we have this whole frequent asked question document laid out that tells you exactly what to do. So any coach that you sponsored from February 1st to the end of the period, a 6-week period, which actually starts on the 9th, then if you sponsor 4 coaches and 1 emerald and you end as diamond at the end of this, all of those people get to split the pot. I mean, we have $6,000. I mean, even if you got your $25 back, but you gained all this information, this training that you could pass down to your team, wouldn't it be worth it? If you went through the 6 weeks and you got to sit there and make friends with people, you got to learn from the leaders and you got to build your confidence and you got to know that you were more knowledgeable than you were at the beginning of February. Wouldn't it be worth it? If you're one of my personally sponsored diamond coaches and you reach diamond, I'm going to give you $100. So you can imagine that. Being one of those people that reached diamond, completed a program, became smarter, became more confident, knowledgeable, and you get part of the pot plus $100, plus all of the benefits of going diamond, not too shabby. So lastly, I know this was long. I said I meant to keep it short, but anybody who's watching this knows me. This is going to be a 6-week program. We have right here, week 1, recruiting and getting started right. This is going to be led by Christina, Becky, Danielle McKean, Katie Green, and Kim Carter. We have week 2, how to overcome your fears and create belief. This is going to be led by myself, Veronica, and Wendy Sanchez and Tammy Napoles. I don't know how to say her last name, but I think that's it. We have week 3, reports, coach placement, and income. The week leaders are going to be Amy Coppola, Christina, Anna, Vanessa, and then we have, let's see, week 4 is the secret daily activities, ultimate success. The week leaders are Monica Lopez, Becky Cooper, my coach Becky, and Lisa. And then we have week 5 is expanding your network. And this is going to be led by Jamie O'Rear, Colleen, Claudia, and Farron. And then the last week is going to be what happens next. This is going to be Christina, Becky, Katie, and Danielle McKean. And then I have suggested, and I'm going to, crank out some videos myself for kind of a bonus week after we're done with this for the people who have sponsored coaches and the people who have, achieved emerald or diamond to help you learn how to create a team culture, how to build relationships better, and how to build great relationships with the people you're working with, and who to hone in on and who to give your most time and energy to help grow their business as well. So I hope you join us, and I hope, I'm sorry this was long, but there's so much information and I feel so strongly, and I really wanted to just overcome all of your fears that are holding you back. You have until the 6th to get registered, so please get registered now and get it done. If for some reason you are absolutely tight on funds and you cannot do it, and you need some, assistance to make the investment, if you don't have the money by the 6th, I will help you. But I do encourage you to make this investment of your money. That way you are more, engrossed in it because it's your money that you want to get back. So good luck to everybody. This is something that you really don't want to miss just for the knowledge that you're going to get from it and the experience.